Hey, look, we're back. And where we last left off, we got to the final boss. He was gonna kill us, and we said, or not even kill us, he was gonna turn us into a human, and we said we'd rather kill ourselves than actually be a human, ripped out our heart, to which we got teleported into a fantasy world by our dad, who we called like 40 episodes ago that Moore was gonna be our dad, or just like how we were the OC of the prince. And we told him his fantasy world is cringe and gay and fake, and we're like, nah, man, we're going back to the real world. But I don't want you to die. We're not gonna die. You are literally bleeding out without a heart. So, let's see how things pan out here. And it seems like our friends didn't die somehow. Guess we're about to find out how they didn't die. So, let's talk about some rather upsetting news in the video game industry. 2 companies owned by Warner Brothers Games have been shuttered. One being Play First Games, which you know is the company that made Multiverses, and Monolith, the devs behind Shadows over Mordor and War. And even the worst. So when it comes to the Player First Games and the Multiverses getting canceled, Nerd Slayer Studios has a really good video showcasing that they were just in over their heads. They really shouldn't have been making this kind of game. And it's really blatantly clear that the greed and just stupidity that got pushed in that game is the fault of the publishers, and the devs only did the best of what they could effectively. But with Monolith, it's just, apparently they had a Wonder Woman game that was about $100 million in production that got scrapped when the company got shuttered, which is just so frustrating. Because we know they have an amazing combat system. I mean, it's the Assassin's Creed combat system, but it's still, or the Arkham Asylum Batman or combat system, but it's a fun combat system. And even worse, with that company being shuttered, that means that we're not going to get a Nemesis system game for at least, what, at least 10 years or something? I'm not even sure exactly. But remember, the Nemesis system, that really good boss enemies system that in their games of Shadow War and Shadow over Mordor, that can't be in anything else because they copyrighted it and they killed the studio. The video game industry is so fucking trash, man. Whatever. Either way, let's just end this here. So yeah, we called our dad cringe. Let us go see how the final boss is gonna do us. I'm so close. Yufa. Oh, so close. Whatever, I don't need it. Able to search her. Are you certain you're done here? Yep, I'm ready to go. Leave that door. Preparing to await you. It's even a strong enough word. Luis transformed into a demon at his side.
However,
but you have already returned your fate demise once. If you do emerge victorious and become king, you will truly have proved your ideals correct. The fantasy is not just an empty dream, but one with the power to change the world. It seems as though my novel has outlived its usefulness. Feel free to leave the old book here. From now on, you'll be writing the story, your own true tale of fantasy. Nah, I'm taking it with me.
the kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality.
Color your night, you're saying? One moment. Yep, just making sure everything's good.
Now, onward, O King of a new dawn!
Later, Dad. Oh, another thing that's a little bit more happy. The preload for Monster Hunter Wilds is now up and ready, so make sure to do your download now.
He's away!
Is he all right?
Thank the stars.
Huh. Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
What a god!
Well, don't leave out Heismay. Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed.
So that means we get to beat the shit out of Louise.
Fast. I'm still a little shocked.
True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below.
Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse. What?
It's also really nice of him to let us like get our family friends moment thing going first.
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
Luis! The world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, you want to crush that hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself, you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies? I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
Oh my. He made himself a human.
His aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
So what you're saying is, you're weak to me now.
Again, the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew. You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
We will win this. For the sake of our world.
Witness our strength!
We'll combine our strength.
I'm grateful.
Let's stay calm.
Our new world
I'll take the
with its
rear,
ideals
closing in on the
have
enemy
no
from a
meaning.
distance. Oh, souls of kings, give me strength. I move to the front. I pray you're ready.
the world of all, and its people shall perish.
Julio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
No, I'll use what I must. I'm barely staying awake.
Come forth, royal soul!
Please, go right ahead.
You better be ready.
Alright, so what's your bit? What's your thing? Old world. Okay, so you're my buffs. I figured as much.
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now, be a noble sacrifice.
No.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
What the hell is that?
Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're puppets? I'm sensing deadly Magla in the puppets. Attack him before he swallows more.
I have my methods.
Behold, let's go! This is it!
Yes! The puppet's Magla's fading.
I shall do my best. I can do this. I channel my power.
You're out.
Find their weak spot.
The General,
Beat us
I'll
down,
use what I must.
Julio.
That all you have?
With the sacrifice lost, the area is gone. Is that to everybody?
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
You put it in the one that was already
Won't
weak.
hold back! The magic seed!
Yes! The puppet's Magla's fading.
Summoner. If we all work together.
Let my power support you.
Yeah! Yuffie hit their weakness.
Get ready!
Julio left him wide open.
The General's command
Let's hit
may
that
turn
new
the
weakness.
tall power of kings. How about this?
Let's take that.
I will fight with Vida's power. This is it!
So what do you do if you... Ah, okay. Fair enough. Ow. Ow.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
So yeah, if I don't let you, like, eat, what do you do?
Julio,
As a
you're
bonus?
wearing down your defenses. For victory!
You can do this!
Yeah! Yuffie hit their weakness.
I'm ready whenever. Tough one.
The puppet's
The
Magla's
General's
fading.
command may turn the tides of war. Allow me to use this.
That helped us out.
Thank you.
There we go.
Behold. Prince! The magic seed! Still here?
Oh, souls of kings, give me strength.
Let's do this!
Look how.
Our
Here
new
I go.
world and its ideals have no need for you.
Get
Ah,
ready!
shut up. That's one.
You struggle in vain. Give in to the truth.
Truth of
Your
what?
fantasy has no meaning whatsoever.
I don't care. You're not gonna stop me. Yeah, and you're not fully wrong about your ideals, or about how bullshit this all is, and about how unfair it is. I'm not gonna let you sacrifice everyone just for the sake of proving that point.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
Yuffie's guard is down.
I'll use what I must.
Let my power support you.
Helpful.
Let's stay calm. Prince! Maybe not. Let's try this.
Even after you.
The world of old.
You're
Julio left him wide open.
Uh-oh.
Let's hit that new
Uh-oh.
weakness.
Shatter!
Not my kink. Whereas you rise to the power of your
I see your game.
You can't let him swallow them all, or he'll unleash devastating magic.
Warlord!
Not that devastating if it fucking misses.
Then again,
They're weak to strike attacks. Smash them up. Looks like we can't brute force
now
through this one.
accept your fate. Go!
Prince! This is it!
I can do this. It is your turn!
You better be ready. Get
Right in their weak spot.
Be
Beat him
neither. I'll
down,
use what I
Julio.
must. How disappointing.
Now that's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
This isn't fair.
Come forth, royal soul! The magic seed!
Nice hit.
Good crit.
That was
I
perfect.
pray you're ready.
We'll combine our strength!
Yeah. Use my hit their
Who should I
weakness.
call? Awesome souls, do your thing.
Julio left him wide open. Let's hit
Warlord!
that new weakness.
I have my methods.
Our new world and its
Vitus
ideals have no need for you.
This is it!
Everyone is counting on me. Summoner. This may be excessive. Please go right
All
ahead.
right. You're out.
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down, Batlin.
This heralds
There.
Holding up an incredible amount of magma.
I feel so heavy.
That's fine, actually.
sacrifice yourself to the new age.
That's really nice that you're like, you know, wasting a turn
sight
just to
means
prepare an attack.
Physical attacks incoming. Attack before he swallows the
Witness
puppet.
our secret technique.
You can do this!
Thank you.
There is no
Let's go.
power in your fantasy.
The magic seed!
This is the power. I must concentrate.
It's up to you now.
Yes! The puppet's magma's fading.
You better be ready.
Yeah!
And
Stop that, eh?
I see your game.
Finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman. Yeah!
hey, thank you.
Warlord! I'm barely staying awake.
This is it!
I shall do take my fullest power. Perhaps I ask for your aid.
You can do this!
That's
Who
two.
should I be?
Julio left him wide
The
open.
general.
Hit that new weakness.
Everyone's
Mustn't settle
good.
for the easy way.
So let's just spend a turn giving people.
I'll use this.
More importantly, yourself.
Our
Heisman.
new world and its ideals have no need.
The magic seed! Still up?
Even I'd rather refrain.
Here I
for
go.
now.
Get
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down, Basilio.
Blindsided.
That's not gonna be enough.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
Nor is that.
Now accept your fate. How about this?
Let's stay calm. Prince!
This should be
The
enough. to
blade's
kill.
edge!
Yes! The puppet's
Okay.
magma's fading.
We're not done yet.
My perfect world!
We're not done yet. There's no way. All right, hurry up and show me your round two. There we go.
Not yet. I refuse. I won't let it end like this.
Yeah. Alright. What's your new gimmick now?
You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
Uh-huh.
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
You're
If
way
he
too
saw a
excited to
threat
say
in our
that.
power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing. Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it.
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
No, you won't.
Okay,
You're not here.
it's time to do this. Give us our final call to arms.
Come on, everyone. Let's go!
This is our last chance.
Warlord!
We've come this far. We have to end this here and now.
Okay, so... Oh,
Then
man.
again,
My MP.
witness our strength.
Ah, that's fine.
I know you want.
Full.
Our new world
Not
and its
everyone hold back.
ideals have no need for you.
Is there another way?
Destroyer Cardarius. Alright. Let us get my MP back.
Let's try this.
I shall do my best.
After you.
All right, you're out of here.
Julio left him wide open. Let's hit that new weakness.
Air of extreme intimidation prevents action. What? Anxiety has reached its peak. There goes my buff. That's annoying. Culpable though. The link has been severed. Alright. I have my MP back.
Aura's overpowering.
Hidden arm.
It's making it harder to fight.
Let's do this!
Hold on.
Let's stay
He
calm.
ate one of my turns!
This is the power said to belong to a priestess. Oh, souls of kings, give me strength. Perhaps this will be summoner. I channel my power.
There is no power in your fantasy.
Uh-huh.
I'll use this.
That helped.
That helped us out.
That was helpful.
The world
Let's go.
of old and its people.
Motherfucker ate one of my turns! That's fine. Link has been severed. Oh, come on. Unsullied Radiance. Come on, Heismay, dodge it!
Fight a losing
Eh.
battle.
You're so heavy.
The captain's anxiety is overwhelming him. We can't let him get hit.
We have
I knew
provision.
you'd help.
There is no power in your fantasy.
This one.
Much
Heismay.
thanks. You think yourself now we strike.
I just need one turn where everyone...
That helped.
It was really hurting.
Full yet.
Can someone help her?
Come on, Heismay, dodge.
I see your game.
There we
To
go.
die.
Alright. Let's get you up.
Take it!
I rejoin the fray.
Man, I wish I had an item that just once refills
I
everyone's
must hold
magic and
back.
everything.
I can do this.
Get
Right in their weak spot.
General,
Beat
I'll
us
use
down,
what I must.
Julio.
Mustn't settle for the easy way.
Let's just refill everyone's life. back to
This
full.
should work.
Thanks. That helped us out.
I'm grateful.
Feel true terror.
Pressure. That's fine. Link has been severed. Whatever we need. There we go, Heisman. That's what I want to see, buddy.
His aura is overpowering. It's making it harder to fight. Just hold on.
Souls of kings, give me strength.
Come here!
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down, Basilio.
I'm barely staying awake.
Why? Why can you not understand my ideals?
I understand your ideals. You're not fully wrong, but your ideals would kill people. I don't care that the end result would be better overall and more fair overall.
The Mustari, a foolish people, powerless by their own self-perception. Be gone from this world.
What's happening?
You gonna target Yufa? Link has been severed.
Too slow.
That's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Come forth, Royal Soul! The magic seed!
Nice hit. That was perfect.
I can do this.
Oh, awesome souls.
Right in their weak spot. Beat him down,
Power of
Basilio.
kings. Charge!
It's okay. Maybe not. I'm counting on you.
Oh, souls of kings, give me strength. Help me finish this.
Here I go. You're
And then Heisman.
No.
Actually,
Warlord!
yeah, nice proclamation. Right.
How disappointing.
A world born of fantasy. It must not be.
Why not?
Be gone.
No tribe down.
Keep him down.
Oh! He just instantly kills him! That's fucked up!
I see your
That's
game.
finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
I won't hold back! This is it!
My world!
I didn't think he'd just say, alright, Mustari, gone. Okay, good, Yufa is back up.
But why? Why is it still beyond me?
Because you're trying to fight and do all this alone. What chance did you have? Oh. That was quick.
Dawn breaks.
It's me. Yo.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Yo. He's about to get... Batlin's about to get the biggest goddamn payday.
Does this mean he's won? I'm not dreaming this.
He did it.
Not yet.
Oh, come on.
I have my ideals. Witness!
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world!
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You've wielded the power of kings! It's time to stop following in their footsteps! Now it's your turn to take your place with them!
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
Yo, someone fastball special me! Someone fastball special me!
What? What's going on?
I am technically the king. The royal magics are mine now to use.
Now, die!
Ooh, I felt that one in my chest.
Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream with the power to change the world!
Yo! I turned my Gauntlet Runner into an archetype! Oh, I'm so ready! I'm so ready!
Damn you!
Yo, I'm sweating over here. Go! Turn my goddamn Skyrunner into a fucking mech. Oh, I'm so awesome. Oh, there goes the Royal Scepter. Which means we can no longer burden all the anxiety by ourselves. People gotta share it. People gotta grow together. Save the country.
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king. I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
This voice... could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes. Was that your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much.
That's a little bit of a worrying thought.
Now, that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him. And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believed that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within. Provided they can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown, reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign. And with it, my true passing. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
Did you really not talk to your husband the entire time here?
It has indeed. But for our son, a new journey now begins.
Hey, so can I open that other book now? Is that at least a secret boss? I want to open the book.
Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed. They who have overcome this fierce contest. The throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new king of your kingdom united.
Go find the racist lady.
Yay! Look! Look, that's him, isn't it? He won!
He certainly did, love. He really did.
I want to go talk to the racist lady.
I still can't believe it. That boy pulled it off. His Majesty, the new king.
I won't accept it! The new king is Count Luis.
You can't just crown his son after all. That's cheating, that is. Rise up, people! Riot!
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the crown theocracy's warrior monks.
Hey, whoa.
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Okay, so first off, we're not gonna ban sanctism. We're not. That's just gonna cause riots. We're not gonna ban a religion. We're going to allow people to worship any religion they want. Second, we're going to have an open government.
Boy, the coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
I want to go talk to the racist lady. Hope I can do this.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
My heart's pounding,
All the
dude.
Same. My heart's pounding out of my chest.
Is it? Nothing you're not used to then. It's just like with the archetypes. Just keep your head high.
It'll be fine. We'll keep the crowd warmed up for you.
Yeah, but can I go talk to the racist lady?
Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
Yo, Hulkenberg, my #1 fan. Majesty, hope I can live up to that title. I need to go talk to the racist lady.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
And their concern is justified. It's not as though I've swayed the entire nation into my idealistic
Juna will
views.
stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
We have the power to change the world. All of us. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost. With all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
I'll have to let my work prove my words. With results, I hope everyone can feel that our future will be brighter.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it is time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck.
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king.
Oh yeah, I want to hear the speech. Also, I want to talk to the racist lady. Let me talk to the racist lady. I need to hear what she says. I want to hear what she says about me.
All right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty the new king!
Did they make Hulkenberg's bust bigger there?
Your Majesty, you're so young!
Please. My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Well, then no, I'm kidding. I'm absolutely kidding.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
I will hear them out.
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it!
Yeah, look, if you don't like me, that's fair. We do not need to have a blind cultism to
A
me.
nation where dreams and fantasies are
But-
always in reach. For sure to be
I'm
a
still
challenge.
going to make sure you have a safe future.
You'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
Oh, the crown. I don't. Do I have to wear the crown?
remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
I don't. I want my headband back. I don't want the crown. I want the headband. Yo, this crown's trash. This thing looks ugly and gauche as fuck. Give me back my headband. Okay, okay, the cape looks good. Not feeling the crowd, but I can dig the cape.
Ah, long have I awaited the arrival of this day. This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins. I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet. 1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
Okay. Did not expect a year time skip. 1235, what? Where's the racist lady? I need to talk to the racist lady. No. Where is she? Where's she at? I need to talk to her. Where is she? Where is she?
Heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juna.
Yeah, figures.
What? The songstress?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researchers' findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
I believe it's already been a year. Only naturally people still unrested.
Even the Royal Knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything, and now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Haisme Noctul, no less. You believe that? The Royal Knights, led by a Ujif of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself.
Oh.
When he speaks, everyone listens.
So he's my
No
lance.
one's about to complain.
So he's the leader of the Royal Knights. Good for him.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now.
Hey, proper government, led by the people, let's go!
It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Here's hoping.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
Like what? You're smiling now. The smile was all the most of the problems we still face.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Ah, can't be. Without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
Yep. No, you don't. I totally don't look like anyone in particular. Yeah, no. Ooh, rocking that
Mountains
parade.
upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it?
It's for the best.
Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey, isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
Oh, all this decoration doesn't suit me. How'd Luis and Forden put up with all this damn finery? Your Majesty? Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Wait a second, yo.
Apologies, Stroll. I'll look for him now.
Yo, Juna's looking good. So is Stroll, honestly.
Some things never change.
Hey, yo,
They
wait a
should.
minute.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
Wait, Juda's rocking that big hat. Big hat Judah? Big hat Judah? Yo, I look like I have a 1,000-yard stare right now. I want to talk to the racist lady. Let me talk to the racist lady. I want to talk to the racist lady. Hey!
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too.
Exactly.
I reckon they're not all bad.
Exactly. Look. I don't hate all of Christianity. There are good Christians who follow the teachings properly. So you can't be mad at them all, you know? I mean, sanctism, you know?
Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Santifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
Authority weakens. Power falls to the hands of those who have never wielded it. We must ensure it doesn't corrupt and give rise to...
Not like it excuses all of them or makes me want to go up and shake a sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
I believe you'll come to understand them.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good, honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
Nice. I'm glad there's more optimism in the world. Still, it will take more than that to affect true change.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts?
It's honestly a lot more
If you
realistic.
told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways.
How do they not know I'm king? Well, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like how most people wouldn't... Well, no, because I'm king. I mean, other representatives, sure, but I'm king.
Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
Oh, that's too bad.
I see. That's too bad.
Are you that disappointed? She's a lucky one for such company. Either way, best keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the Lady Captain of the Royal Guard...
Oh, there you are. I knew we'd find you here, for crying out loud.
Phew. So you were here.
Okay, she is rocking that beret.
Speak of the devil.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juna would be back from her expedition today.
I suppose I have no choice.
I suppose I have no choice.
What is it? You have unfinished business.
Quite.
'Tis settled. I shall come with you on every excursion.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scoundrel, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
Alright. So what can I do?
All right.
Maria, how are
Let's
you?
go.
This reminds me of the first time Maria went missing. It seems so long ago. She must be praying at Grand Cathedral, just like before. We're ready for the Grand Cathedral. Why not go talk to everyone else first? They're all in the royal capital, so prepare for the new year, so let's find out. This kid's been... Nope.
Come now.
When you finish your business out of the palace, please promise you return to your duties, Majesty. We take this as pressuring you not to venture out. That's not all. Only as captain of the royal guard, I must know your whereabouts at all times. Wow, formality. Selling off a formal there, Hulkenberg. Well, think of your station. How else would the Knights Captain address the land of the kings? To be more familiar would set a poor example. I imagine the scandalous faces of the rank of God. That's to say, not a day goes by. Don't reflect on our travels. Not only a year passed. I was regaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was about a wanderer, searching in the vein for the prince, and it was through you I learned he yet lived, and in the end, it was your ascent to the throne.
And so?
I never tire of your faces of the younger gods make when I tell them of the time you acted as witness to my duel. Death. You mean your duel to death? Yes, thank you. I was able to face him with eyes forward and put my past behind me. Where is he now, actually? I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like they were under Rodan's command. Soldiers take me up their sword, for those not in power, but for the people. And as a champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king. We do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do. Don't expect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just a king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears the voices of the
This I vow.
I will protect you with my life, as I have always endeavored to do so, your majesty. Only let me stay by your side.
What do you want to do?
Oi, you're the mug I haven't forgotten. You're the king now, eh? The first thing I saw you was the night before the royal funeral, if I recall. No offense, but you did look exactly like a prince. You'd think you'd go to take down the notorious Luis to see the crown for yourself. I couldn't make up such a story at time. But speaking of wild stories, can't you do something about what's bothering you? Well, you know the rep of old Shade Row, poor, dirty, but the people still struggling to put food on the table here have been a lot of time. You're a good bloke, and I think you'll make a fine king, but I don't think you can just spruce the place up a bit and that'll solve the problem. Isn't mince words, but I'm glad he's being honest with us at least. Yeah, you can't. So, obviously just giving people money wouldn't fix the issue. Oh, look, our sign's still there. We'd have to, like, push forward programs and incentives to, like, actually want to push, to raise up a poor place like this. No painting on the walls, no wagons here.
Hey?
You're not serious.
So, we meet again.
Some time, hasn't it? Ever since the king's reign, matters have changed a great deal for the tribe's teaching. I feel there's been more people who wish to learn about teaching and culture, much like you once did before. I wish I could say we were free to worship as we please, but that's a dream still among the clouds for the moment. And yet, being able to dream is evidence itself of progress. It's satisfying for now that more people are reminded of fear.
Peace. It's just too much.
Did a giant sandwich to research bugs? Quite right, and the gold beetles from the Elder Kingdom are, well, insects are vital understanding of the ethics of magic. I never thought the only use was the sudden Mortarian cuisine. What a find. Say, what would you say to lending my wisdom in my shop? We can do business in the open now, thanks to the king. Oh, I'm gratified by the offer. That supports my research. Oh, we made it all the way here. Did he just walk out the mouth of the thing?
That's the way. This place has really changed.
What are you doing here in the richest sinkhole? But it may be better than it was before, but there's still Sunshade Row. It's no place for the king, your majesty. Fewer folks are hanging for nothing these days, but there's still no shortage of knaves who die at the end of a rope here. And as long as there's injustice, there will be people who think it gives them a free pass, which means there'll be gallows. Last year changed a lot, big and small. I'll hold my post here, hoping that next year's better rather than worse.
Really
one step at a time, my man. One step at a time.
Well, I sure don't want to go back to the old
Luis no forward to the crown. He's an elder of all people. Guess our bets were completely off the mark. Yeah, well, something stinks about it. Magic was at work, so who knows? And you hear the rumor? They're saying those disgusting humans are our ancestors. It's like a crazy story since the new king took the throne. The king held it together like this year, but who knows what'll happen, like last? What's up? Oh, Elda, you really became king. King, hey king, oh king. Oh, your majesty, surely your kingliness is enough for the need for paltry stones to bar your mag. Besides, I hear the mage captain is restored. It is true anyone of any status can attend. Yeah! There's no magic. You're trying to end reliance on igniters. Only a matter of time until accumulators like this go obsolete then. I think that's great personally. It's probably about time to shut this operation down anyway. Not that I expect the United Court to let it go without a fight. Lycon would stand with you, of course, but they're not infallible either. As long as they can find...
nice. Well.
Oh, your majesty, running around Sunshade Row at this time of year, you must have some particular taste. Perhaps you've heard. There's unrest across the lands as oppressed are rising up to revolt against their oppressors. Or perhaps the news hasn't reached your walled garden here in Grand Trap. History books may not be kind to this era. You mean me, right? Goodness, you truly are dense. Don't you realize how your dangerous ideologies have become a spark for the new threats? The dim mood of the world only fan the flames with their anxiety. Be it people or monsters who need to be satisfied in our own nature. He's not wrong.
All very nice.
Seems rumors of the king running around Sunshade Row were true. I have no intention of prying, though. Thanks to you, Bess and Luis, I get to keep running my shop. Wasn't sure I could with the sky turning red there. Not sure you take another war. What worries you? Nothing in particular. Didn't say that because I think it'll happen, just that nothing ever goes quite the way you think it will, eh? As long as people worry, people want weapons, so I guess it'll be in business a good long while longer. You're not wrong.
You're kidding.
Hey! Yeah! From the shit! You seem well. Of course I am. It's the end of the year and all, so wouldn't I be... And Greg Carriage got a fine selection of ales, too. It'd be a shame not to make the most of it. But, you know, I've been trying to cut back, actually. When you lost Fidelia, God rest his soul, drink was the only thing that kept me moving.
I guess.
Certainly couldn't follow Luis after that, so leaving the Chardarius was sound. But it's always hard for a Parapus to find decent work. Drinking my life away seemed the way to go. I assume all this is from Luis's side, who survived, would have been sent straight to the gallows, but you're letting us join the brigade? It's real generous. I'm sure it would have fit in anywhere else, speaking plain. Plus, Lil Basilio in charge, we're feeling right at home. Nah, back to drinking for the fun of it. You know what? That's fine, I guess.
Welcome.
Hi, Mr. Majesty, you always were partial to Sunshade Row, weren't you? I know you hardly had a chance to warm the throne of yours, but people here are poor as they've ever been. Money's the only way to get out. Gets out anyway. It's the big news that the Major Academy open to anyone, but think about it. Only the rich can travel up the mountain. Sorry, I shouldn't talk your ear off with politics. There's a new year in the ring in. Looking forward to a more relaxing new year without all the frantic work. Have a happy new year yourself.
Thank you kindly.
Shit. You're right.
Thank you kindly.
We need to figure out a way to help people who want to go to... Yeah, we need to figure out a way to help people who want to go to college get to college.
All right, then.
Oi there.
All very nice.
You might be king, but nothing changed. You'll forget about me. You'll forget about I was even here. I won't forget. You actually spoke to me for once. I still don't believe you, though. I've been watching you for a while, for a long time, here in the city. I hate people who see a peer person like me with no place to go, pretend they don't say nothing. Don't forget that.
Nice.
I will literally offer you a hand. Right here, right now.
Your patronage is very appreciated.
Our work fighting against discrimination is still getting attention. That the new king's elder with people from every tribe in key positions is also probably a major factor. Still, we can't expect to end something so deeply rooted with the snap of our fingers. It's gonna keep doing my best to support those who suffer. That's really nice of you. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh,
Your Majesty,
which
listen,
action to
we had a
undertake?
guest in the store claiming to be the chief of Etria. He said he wanted ingredients for the withering potion used in the island. And how should I put this? The Starry Village chief, he's rather... Oh, wow! Oh, yo! Bow chicka wow! Bow chicka wow now! I wanted to tell you all the sorts of people come visiting here now. It's enjoying doing business more than ever than before. Yo!
It's just too much.
It's back to normal, except for the one thing that mattered. Luis snared my husband and would never come home again. But I'm grateful for you. You stayed by my side and gave me courage during my
That'd be
darkest hour.
lovely.
Oh, don't say that. You always cheer me up with your gossip and funny stories you told. If you're not opposed, I'd like to live on with you. I think together we can deal... Okay. Okay! History's gonna say they were just roommates.
Oi there.
All very nice.
History's gonna say they were just roommates. Oh, right. Let me go talk to these guys.
Pleasure to see you.
Well, hello, Your Majesty. It's been a year since our coronation, but I see you've become quite apt at sneaking away from your kingly duties. Under constant fire from the knaves of all trade, con artists and creators alike, the opening act has been rather tumultuous, no? It's been tough going. But I'm glad we managed so far. Quite right. Your critics are loud and open with your bars, but plenty more have put their faith in you. Besides, most of those agitators are the kind of scum that stirs the pot and hopes you might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I can handle, of course. All in the day's work for the royal adjutant of the Citizens' Council. Quite an ally I've made, I sure hope. I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. That I'm doing my damnedest to use my talents for good. That's all I should have. I'm proud to see it. I'm proud of you to be... I'm proud to be working hard alongside you. That's right. Supporting you is the best thing I can do. You're the one who's been able to create such a lasting change.
Now that you mention it...
That reminds me. Do you remember Dar Turam, my hometown landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He's since confessed his grind to the waiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. Makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true, and that's why this country is doing so well. There's nothing more to it. I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has has one, it's you, and I'm proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come so that even we Nadia can walk about freely in our true forms. Oh, curious what I look like. Yes! Yes! I want to see! Let me see what you look like, damn you! I need to see you in your big hat!
Yo!
Oi, out expecting again. Seems like the right pain to me, but I appreciate you going all the effort. Making your rounds, Basilio.
Hey!
Yeah, Captain of the Tradian Brigade reported in, and I'm pleased to report that there's nothing to report, Your Majesty. So I'm taking a break. Throw a mouthful, isn't it? Still, I'm not used to calling myself captain. Besides, we taking in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know. But don't worry, I got 2 eyes on them even when I ain't looking. The way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. They just gotta show them how power is supposed to be used, yeah? We owe to you that there's less discrimination these days. Fewer and fewer are turned into a life of crime to make ends meet. Dale could see Gaventrat today. His eyes would bug out. And not just Dale. A lot of the guys who didn't make it.
That's...
I think you mean Vinka.
Yeah.
You remember him? Those damn experiments trapped him in the vengeance he couldn't see past. But I feel like even he might smile seeing what I'm up to now. We built this piece with lots of blood and tears. So I'd say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them who didn't protect it. Maybe y'all got nothing to report today. Well, it's not like bad people just stopped being bad because you're the king now. We've been through a lot lately. So thanks for not giving up on us, or the world for that matter. If you spot any trouble that I didn't spot first, just point me at it and I'll solve it quick like.
Oh.
Well, I see our king is out on personal business, eh? I believe Hulkenberg. I really hope these outfits get unlocked in New Game Plus. Hulkenberg was searching for you. They're not going to be, but I really like them to be. But I suppose it's none of my business who comes or goes. I'm gonna break this up. Only try not to frustrate your royal guards over here much, huh? They take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. Bah, who am I kidding? A knight who smiles is surely a myth. That's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A chief outcast, a once wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander? There was, of course, some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepted they become, but gradually. An outcast became king too? He didn't look further than the outcast and became the king. Indeed, you face no shortage of persecution, and look at you. Now, grand titles and posts across the nation are no different spread across all tribes. I realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not.
However,
that he stands with those very people as symbols and representatives. That the king and those around him are a mixed tribe that has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural villages. Actually, yeah, how is Tadari?
Now that you mention it.
Yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle now that he's resumed trade with other villages. The coronation inspired that village to greater heights. It's proved that bizarre barriers can be broken, and that's even they could take the first step. Now winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I had to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself soon enough. And someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history.
We shall.
Nope! Nope! We've a ways to go before that day comes. Well, at least it's not in my day. We're moving forward. We are moving forward. We're still not there yet, though. Where's racist lady? Where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, kitty. Where's she at? Oh, there she is. And Elder, wait, aren't you the Majesty the King? Why would you be in a place like this? I can't be here. Obviously not. You mock me, Your Majesty. I thought we'd see less of this kind of stuff, but I guess we couldn't expect prejudice the Elder to disappear overnight.
Dear me.
The more things change, the more they stay the same, right? Oh, Dulat, we're here at the heart of the country, Grand Tribe. I bet Pericus can find work here now. Suppose it's true what they say. Change the king, the country changes too. Don't get too carried away now. There's plenty of folks who will split the ground you walk. Got high hopes for next year, though.
Yeah?
Oh, hey! Moran, can't you see I'm busy? Oh, it's you, Your Majesty. Remember me? Yeah. Yeah, you have Clinger's body. It's kind of hard to forget you. Well, it seems your reputation for remembering even the faces of those in low ranks is true. Indeed, I am Seba, former maintenance chief of Luis's Gauntlet Runner. I was just examining Your Majesty's Gauntlet Runner as part of my research duties. Or how astonished I was to see her take the skies. I wanted to get back to my engineering roots, but then Luis started showing his true colors and the curious went down. I gotta say, Your Majesty, you're too soft. You used to be enemies, but you recommended us for the brigade and gave us work anyway. Pretty genius making old Basilio the captain too. Luis's old crew will fall in line like wooden soldiers, though I'm not sure what kind of leads he forges nations. So off with you now. Can't imagine you can afford to waste time on relics like me. Be well, Your Majesty.
This is the best.
Amazing. Your Majesty, do you have something you need to do in the Gauntlet Runner? All is well here. You're not overstepping. Might I ask you something I've always wanted to say? You remember a long time ago when Luis dropped a human on the city? I was actually assigned to the duty in the Grand Cathedral that day. The state army was in complete disarray, and our soldiers were absolutely terrified. But it was the rumors about you that kept us afloat in the dark times, Your Majesty. You couldn't go a day without hearing someone insult the lesser tribes, and here comes this group led by some Elder, fighting through the cathedral with no regard for their lives. If you've only known how much the tales of your heroes and their courage gave to the guards that day. I couldn't thank you then, so please allow me to do so now. You truly are a hero king, Your Majesty.
What now?
I don't have access to archetypes. Lita! Hey, boss. Oh, dang, I suppose I shouldn't be speaking to you so casually. Please speak to me casually. Then again, we're rivals, weren't we? And then Caden Workshop, the official workshop of the Palace Engineers now. Not that it's not here or there. Besides, I'm glad you got the crown. Still, lots of humans out there how to deal with, and you'll need a gauntlet runner to get them up. Caden's Workshop thanks you for your patronage. Yo.
Amazing.
Is Norris in here?
All right then.
Doesn't look like
Go.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, there he is. Oh, what brings you here, Your Majesty? Come to feel the wind in your face. I know how it is. I fancy the old title of the Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau and can research as I please now. Listen, it's missing. So I threw off this stuffy old uniform and came to grades upon the runner in the way I do. I know how you feel.
About that.
I feel like I know what you mean when you say something's missing. I know you, Decree. I think my bones are making me feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither in the run-up. That I'm not grateful for the gracious title you've given to the man who used to sulk about modifying column runners. You haven't seen anything yet. One day I'll invent a teleportation device that will lure fresh fish straight from the oceana to your palatable plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? A bit stuck at the beginning. Indeed. It's times like this I need stimulation of the mind. You have something that might do a trick? Let's smell another relic, hunts? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you pop back in with one, I remember how I can hardly contain my excitement or doing Mr. Traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves are better off left untouched, they become the guiding principle of my research.
That's...
The convenience is important, but one must consider the safety and effects. Yes! No, we don't need Oppenheimers. An engineer who dumps a burden on the future generations, no engineer at all.
However...
Still, it's no small feat to design with the perfect balance of safety and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it, and I'm a bally genius. Oh, I knew it. I need a stimulation, Your Majesty. You know, there's a soul-shaking speed and quivering with driving. You let me know if you ever want to go out with a spin, won't you? Our dear old girl sparkling and clean and always ready for takeoff. Remember the day I met you last year, Your Majesty. I felt like you had a kind heart, bothering to listen to an old man tall tales. As a sincere man loved by fairies finds happiness, folk tales aren't just tired old stories of dreamers. I'd say they have the power to tell the future sometimes, though maybe that's giving them a little too much credit. Not at all, man.
You are?
What is this? Your Royal Majesty, the King? What brought you to this little dive? Come to think about it, I said some rude things to you last year, told you to keep your elder head down, no hard feelings. Tribal quarrels haven't quieted down here at all. Might even be worse now that everyone's equal in the eyes of the law. But sometimes fish just need to fly, and it's not like it was back when the sky was red as blood and death was everywhere. In fact, it's amusing to see new faces around here. It's a good change, I think. Being here reminds me of the meals I share with my allies.
Ripping, this is.
Oh, Your Majesty, I still remember that night in the city I first laid eyes on you. Even in the royal funeral, it was the first time I've ever seen someone with the Elder tribe. I suddenly knew that something special.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
I'd say I was right on the money, huh? I don't. Sure.
Wait a sec.
Okay, isn't that cat from Academia? If this place was made of magic, how's it here in the real life? I say nothing of how it could. Is there a mark on Juna's face? You could have survived the deserted ruin buried in the snow. That should be possible, right? I think he's cute.
That's a good kitty.
And never stopped him from looking cute. Does it bother you at all? You're sure something else. Remember, sir, was the last thing did build something about studying at Mage Academy. Do you think Academia was styled after that, maybe? I wonder what His Majesty, what more felt like when you put this little guy in Academia. He to himself quietly, under the impartial view.
My king.
What's with the mark on her face? Oh, it's from the shade of the tree. Oh, there you are. Dude, that big hat look is great on you. I heard you were in town, so I decided to see if I could cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll have to clear your diary for some. Bring souvenirs?
In that case.
Gosh!
Just focus on the report. Don't worry. I'll give you the gist.
Well?
The Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing. There are processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me of all people to the Academy's head mistress. I was really looking forward to going back to tour as a songstress. Oh, and I shall introduce you to my furry little friend. I scooped him up in the Academy of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled upon this little guy in some kind of observatory supposedly used by the king long ago. There's gonna be niders around his neck. I'm sure he's being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone in that cold, could he? Regardless, our mysterious kitty is the only tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. He may have been hiding secrets as big as the Dragon Temple of the Sanctum. Oh, I'm telling, keeping a cat. Feels like fate, you know?
Speaking of which...
Speaking of fate, on my way back, I met with Mercurius. Oh! She's well, I trust?
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
More than well. Her throat has been fine. Hey, she's a fairly prominent singer around town now. We both just keep soaring to new heights. Her music and me coming face to face with magic.
Hey!
You remember music was the first magic born in the world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others, and when they make the heart swell, why, there's no end to the magic. If you just watch. With music and magic at my side, I'm gonna change the world. All will have equal opportunity to hone their talent at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. And that's what my sister would have wanted. If it makes the world a better place, why isn't that
magic?
Bella taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's all of us, deep in our hearts.
Dear me! Ain't this a pickle?
All right then.
Hey, Loveless!
Hey!
What's the word, Your Majesty? Just one question. Where do you go to lower the bruise prices in the country? I'm only conning you. I haven't felt like drinking until the blackout. Until blackout so often anymore. After having to the tournament, I really went through some stuff. I was having to fool on the world stage to you too. I'm grateful, you know. Can't speak for the rest of the country, but you've done us right by us, Spiripus. We've got it better than we ever did. Some chuckleheads out there sure trying to take their aggression out on us, and but they're just venting probably. I'm sure we'll do something soon enough. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try. We need the royal palace to return to the original location. Even now, there are people who can hardly believe it was flying about, making its way around the entire kingdom. But I saw with my own eyes. I witnessed the moment the red light within the king's eyes vanished, and the palace returned to the gouged-out land it was pulled from. Traveling with Lady Juno sure was fun. Blah. Your Majesty, what business do you have with a former helmsman like me? What about Juno now? I heard the honor of attending her during an expedition. Actually, I think she was on her way to the palace in order to meet with you. You didn't hear about the Chief Magnus. Lady Juno was off expecting the Mage Academy. I was the flight's helmsman. Okay. It knocked me on my arse when I heard Lady Juno left Louise's company, yo. I was left right after she did. Anyway, still undecided about you being the king and all that, but I do appreciate you taking me in. It's gonna work to repay that favor.
You've got this under control,
no,
yeah?
About time I get to work. Oh, and don't tell the Chief I was shooting the breeze here. You got it, my man. Hey, how you doing? The king himself, out browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft some road certificates of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. It's a little embarrassing. What was the other option? Why stop there? You can give me. Oh, my name is Will. My name is the Majesty Will, and this is my favorite shop in Grand Trad. You can give me a signed handprint to display on the walls. No, only a joke. You're doing quite well, even without royal endorsement. The anatomy I made of the children's request, the one that lights up like rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store is packed with families and children. I now hold a position where I control the distribution of manner of goods throughout the kingdom as head igniter consortium. I can't help but think if I had been in the position sooner, then the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented. Well, let's focus on the present. That's what we can do.
Yes.
Indeed, I can dwell on the past all I wish, but it won't change it. The future, on the other hand. I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues. In other words, I suppose that means people have expectations of me, and that I too am a spoke in the wheel of change. Our new king has changed his country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all the weapons that can ever disappear from this world. It's all the more reason I hope that reasons for people to will then continue to decline. To the end, I will continue doing all that I possibly can with all that I am, just
Speaking of...
Oh yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But there she was, sitting behind them. Evidently, they couldn't bring themselves to... Hey, the heart's such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I could subject the gentle dogs to the atrocity that committed in her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Hey, the dog lives!
Oi there!
Hey, driver, how long until we depart? I'm bloody eager to get a move on. First Oceana, then Ontario. My cross-country trip starts now. A new chapter in my life.
I may.
Not to ruin your fun, but this country doesn't go that far. You know that, right? Oi! All this fuss about the kingdom and the ones who end up with the throat is a bloody blood heir, after all. Oh, the irony. and the strength to take down Luis. I give him that. But in the end, I guess blood's all that ever matters. It was the only ever viable choice of the lot. Who knows if he'll be a decent king? Suppose that'll all depend on what he does next. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the only blood mattered? Okay, sure.
Oh.
Batlin! Well, there, your majesty. As laid back as ever, I see. I myself have been crying like a baby, for I find my position of chairman of the parliament kind of a familiar one. Still, I consider that those open all parliament meetings, compiling all those opinions, indeed hard work, but work well worth doing. It won't be easy for those who let their churches beck and call to change, but I think they've been starting to see what they turn a blind eye to, at least a little bit, no? A person who speaks the real truth to the public without yielding to authority, that's what my father and I wish for, a true proper town crier. This country's turned over a new leaf, but there's still many problems to work out. It seems the rural regions are still suffering from human
I'm counting on you.
All I'm saying is there's a long way from utopia, and it's still the first steps to important as the last, and we're taking big ones. Sounds like I need to go human hunting! Wow, that sounded really dark.
Hey.
Hey, it's Innie! Hey, someone has a crush on you. It's great to see that you're doing as well as ever. Just left a meeting with the provincial lords. I'm preaching them started teaching the various areas with the opportunity arise. Many still push back against those teachings, but that's perfectly fine. The country is well served by different perspectives. Exactly! Many of the villagers have come around to this too, you know. I think it's because you all face such dangers on our behalf. Still, it won't be easy to change the entirety of Ukraine. Its history is embedded deep in its roots. The country is larger, and some people will need all the power you have. The true test of your vows has only just begun.
May God keep you, child.
All right.
You're surveying the city incognito, your majesty. Your escorts would be aghast, not that I think anyone is truly capable of harming you. As you are aware, the faith and sanctum of the church plummeted after our misuse were exposed. I admit, you were arrogant and unjust, wicked in custom. The people have found salvation through the church as well. I intend to restore the sanctus church to its true purpose, to offer salvation to those in need. As Sanctic Ark, and as someone who's saved by the Sanctus faith himself, that is all I can do to return
May
the
God
favor.
keep you, child.
And that's, you know what? That's entirely fair. That's why I'm not outlawing your religion. I just think you need to just make it, just fix it a little bit, you know? Working hard as ever, Will. Were you going about town listening to what people have to say? Myself, I've come to the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with the people about the grievances and disputes as the Chief Magistrate. Should you delegate
Well...
That's a question I shall throw right back at you,
In
Your Majesty.
truth.
As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sent to hang without so much of a
Alas.
trial. I'm pleased to report these things are different now. Anyone regardless of race or status can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally fairly. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as the village chief. He's rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his
The
calling.
reason is...
As I said, no one knows about the future holds. It's all the more reason I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime. And so I practice
Now
what I
that you
preach.
mention
The other day, I went to visit Obi's church to inquire about those who were sick. How the king can be more accessible to them. Yeah, how was Obi?
Very well.
Yes, we practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was
I do
God.
believe...
I want to fight for them to have options under laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need.
Because...
You aim to achieve that too, yes? Your Majesty, I hope you'll allow me to keep walking alongside you in this.
How about a fortune?
Yes. Has His Majesty come to have his fortune told? Oh, I just, of course. I believe you become acquainted with the chief of Etria. I wish able to speak with him just a moment. You truly outstanding figure in both ability and insight. As the fortune teller, I still have much to learn.
Wonderful.
Ain't this a pickle?
Oh. Was that my headphones?
All right then.
1, 2, 3. Yep, last 3. Hey, how you doing, Mr.
Right.
Well, is it your Majesty? Been a year since you ascended the throne, and a quick one at that. It feels like strife with Luis has been but a bad dream. Had you asked me then, I would have been worrying my hands about one of you younglings in the kitchen, but now, I'm embarrassed to have thought it. We have a keen eye for recognizing the dangers Luis posed, and our bravery still to have fought him, with an Achilles caliber I never truly possessed. Still, a single year is but a drop in a proverbial bucket. Thank you, King. Respect.
Lovely.
Pardon! An unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards with you today. Don't worry, I'm no tattletale. I myself just left the meeting going over how the provincial governments are doing. We convene for the new year. How are things, Martyria?
So,
Oh, it's lively as it used to be, and we owe it all to you. Your Majesty. That dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. I'm pleased to report, as head of the Provincial Lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns has employment up and overall welfare too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel blessed to be part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so others don't repeat my mistake. Hey, that brings me back.
Got to say,
I wasn't trying to do too much of my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like that I once was, and rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to people. And yes, taking every matter into public opinion can be laborious. What with all the proceedings,
then again,
still changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process much trouble. And choosing a new king of our own was always an inspiration we needed for change.
Lovely, that.
Your Majesty, the captain of the Royal Guard was looking for you. A former guard captain of the Tridarius. Perhaps I should report tomorrow where else to you. Why are you here, though? I was a research for myself. I'm Sub. Oh, I know who you are. I parted ways with Louis shortly before the runner was made at Skyborn Royal Palace. When I saw the horrors that Zorba had become, I knew the world he wanted was no world of mine. I thought I found my place with Louis' private forces after being discussed about the shameless corruption of the Royal Army, but his intentions were worse than I could have imagined. It was the general who put me back in. He said my experience leading a force of mixed tribe would be valuable. I only take the job in hopes of atoning, so it's a strange twist to serve with the pride in the state army I once so detested. Still, I wonder why he bothered us.
May God keep you,
with us.
child.
Because...
Lovely, that.
Oh, Your Majesty, I've already been a year since you ascended to the throne, and 1 year I've lost my bid for it. Thinking back, I have no regrets. But now they've been able to defeat Louis in the end as you did. That's candid of you. I don't know what to expect, really, but I believe in your power, Your Majesty. Though I'm not an acquiesce of all fronts, you know. You need to look further than your 6 partisan, your merry little band. Appreciate your faith in your inner circle, but to award them all key posts? Why, one might suspect you of collusion. A country requires views from all walks of life, or put another way, why not appoint me as your prime minister? With my guidance, Ukraine would be a land of true beauty. And there it is. You know what? At least you're honest about it. Oh, tomorrow's finally the day. We finished your preparations. Our journey to the Mage Academy in Ontario will be quite long. Yes, but why are you taking me as your traveling companion? You saw how much I admired Louise, how hostile I was to our faith. Everyone said foolish things. Faced with national crisis, we clung to power instead of trying to use our power to solve it. But times have changed. The Mage Academy now opens its door to anyone. No harm will come to those who want to learn there. But alas, my youth has fled me. So I'll use my wealth to ensure others can reach it. Hey! Apparently there's like a guy in Florida who has like personally funded a community and helped like a bunch of disenfranchised and like poor people with his wealth go to college and just have better lives. It's banging.
Lovely.
Katharina, how you doing?
Hi there.
Oh well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got back in time myself. I know see.
Oh, right.
Where you been? I've been out traveling since I've reigns of the Seekers Recon team. I believe it's been half a year. It's crazy, don't you just doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic, everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back there out there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Plus attention out there, but what country is in the low tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is different. My head's spinning. Making all the tribal bickering seem rather right dull if you can speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I've turned over the throne to you. You turned it over?
Hold on.
Did you? I knew you'd be right by the Pirapus, so I bowed out early to give you a fighting chance. All my cohorts have found new jobs, and some of them have been picking up new skills from being out on sea
See
so
you soon,
long.
I hope.
But don't you worry your kingly head. I'll have it all whipped up. Wow, this episode's gonna be kind of long, huh? Sorry.
Fancy a chat?
Oh, wasn't your majesty. Hello there. Even I don't have the pluck to sell water to the king. Why not? Well, as you can see, sales are up. We got customers from across the tribes now. Although I guess people were just avoiding Imperial's own shop before. It's better, I guess.
What do I do?
Crazy. I learned that firsthand, but the country before was riddled with mistakes. I like to think the new king already knows, but frankly, I don't think much has changed in the last year. King or not, he's not that old. I'm sure he's doing his best, but in the end, he's just the old king's son. I don't expect very much of him. That's fair. I got shivers hearing stories from when the palace was floating in the sky. Places was teeming with crystals and monsters. 'Twas no place for man to enter, no sir. Heard there was a palace came back down. All the monsters had been dried out, like they were statues made of dirt. Rebuilding the place went faster than expected, and I heard they recouped some cost by selling the furnishings inside. It's like a miracle, doesn't it? Oh, wow. What? You're the bastard who... Well, it's been a while anyway. Bastard, was it? I apologize for my impertinence, your grace. I was the one as known as Sergeant Zen, the Though I suppose that title carries little weight nowadays. I've been losing to you. My own men turned on me and threw me into the ocean. How did you survive? Those events saved my life. I've heard all those who returned with Louis to the royal palace in the sky never returned.
I'm left with no choice.
Oh, he made them humans. A world where power is everything. I suppose that would be hell after all. Never thought you'd ever inspire me to realize anything, yet here we are. And now I'm spending my days doing charity work as a member of their brigade under Chief Magnus. And I never give up on making my way in the world on my own merits. Matter of fact, I'm invited to participate in the Coliseum Games in Brookhaven. While working with the brigade, I helped an old man who put in the recommendation for me. It's brave new world, isn't it? Give me a year and I'll make sure people know the name Zat. That's a fighter who electrifies the audience. Fair enough. Game. There we go.
How grand.
Welcome. Oh, hey, Maggie, I was wondering who you might be. I see you're still fond of wandering these paths like always. I get it. Oh, there's a bench I was just at. I do live the night market myself until last year, that is. Then I began to hate it, no thanks to Luis. It's truly a terrible situation all around. And yet somehow things have recovered, and I have high hopes to be better than ever. I miss the days when the face rock was here. Never knew what to expect back then. Joyful one moment, miracles the next. Remember after Luis was defeated and the king decided? Indeed I do. Suddenly his Majesty's face eclipsed the others for the briefest moment. Then it all crumbled away like sand. Over a bit too soon after all the palaver, I'd say. I like his coronation speech, but I can't say he accomplished much of an importance since then. Strength certainly was incredible during the final battle on the Grand Trad. I wonder what people in other cities who didn't see that sight think of things. Either way, as long as next year is uneventful and peaceful, I'm saying. Learn how brittle peace is, as well as the preciousness of a life lost. The peace was regained could be lost again. We must remain vigilant. Yeah, my headphones are about to die, I think.
Say, wonderful. I love it. Wonderful, isn't it?
Russell, you're here. Oh, Gallica, your highness as well. But that's no longer your title. Excuse my impertinence, your majesty. Still, knowing that the New Year celebrations was just around the corner, I couldn't resist returning to the capital to see how the kingdom was doing. How'd you find it? It hasn't been kind to you, actually, indeed. Only look upon their smiling faces to see that the city feels alive again, and it seems as though the citizens are free to choose their own paths. I must say, I never imagined that I'd return here without all the cloak and shadow. I owe a great deal to the work of Lady Juna. To think I'd be able to see Grand Chad with his highness sitting openly upon the throne. I'll say, are you seeing this as well?
Yep.
We've got a long way to go, but I know Grias will be watching us. I'll tell you, a sizable number of villagers in the sanctum have gained an interest in the outside world. I've been acting as sort of their bridge. It seems this doddering old fool has found a new role to find the middle ground for those who wish to preserve tradition and those who seek innovation. I couldn't think of a better man for the job, Russell. I'm sure you'll be great help to the village. I fought so long to save this country, but seeing all those smiling faces now, I think perhaps I'm the one being saved. This is the country that protects its people, and the people shape the country in turn. Surely that's the world His late Majesty wished to see. Not to simply chase the ideals of utopia, but to shape it with our own hands. We have a long way to go, but I trust she'll continue to make this country stronger.
Wonderful, isn't it?
All right then.
Yeah?
Excuse me, aren't you an elder? Oh, please don't take that wrong. I'm just curious. Those three are elder too, aren't they? I wonder if perhaps you do something. What about them? What do you mean, what about them? Isn't it kind of amazing to see Elda in town? That elderly lady in the middle is floating, for heaven's sake. It's some sort of night, or could it be? Then how? Oh, the other women's clothes are so beautiful. It goes without saying. We can't find clothes like that in Grand Chad.
What should I do?
Something so curiously charming about them. Oh no. Oh no. She's
Wonderful, isn't it?
It's like someone who see black people for the first time. They're not racist, but they're like, wait, so do all black people know each other kind of thing? Or it's like, wait, no, don't.
Huh?
Lady Greta? It's been quite some time, hasn't it, Will? You've matured a great deal in the short years since I last saw you. Rumors of your rule have reached even the sanctum. Some are kinder than others. Taking the reins of a runaway country must have its share of difficulties. Your face tells me as much. The frail child who couldn't do little more than lie on the brink of death has come so far. Goodness, tears come so easily with old age. I'm grateful for you. I did nothing. The other one who achieved everything.
But...
It's nice to see you in Grand Chad, Lady Greta. It's a curious thing. I received a further forceful invitation here, you see, for one of your friends, the girl named Shuna. Goodness knows how many times she's already come to visit the sanctum, rather seeking instruction on magic. Some of the villagers are rather smitten with her. She declared that I wouldn't feel welcome coming to Grand Chad. She would have a highway built directly between the capital and the sanctum. Oh, Juna. And she probably would. So there you have it. And now then, Will, or rather, King Will, the 1,000-year seclusion of the Elder Tribe may soon come to an end under your guidance. Yet the journey ahead will be hard. The dreams, what are you doing? What is that man doing? That's so rude! Oh, stop by and show your face around the forest sometime. Your mother can't do so herself, but I can wake up some of her favorite dishes in her spirit. Ooh.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Become a proper king. Hello,
Where's the last? Oh, they're there.
Leave it out, mate. Oh, there.
Wait, Master, you've heard from Trebian, you know, about how you still take time to pop to the honeybee now and then? Huh, that's not very kingly of you. Yes, it is! Just keep treating Fabian and Mario for Greece's sake, too.
Aha.
Grand, innit?
Say that.
What's up, Stroll? Oh, that cape looks fly on you! Which to say, Hulkenberg is on the hunt. Classic game of cat and mouse, though. Who is which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you were son of the crown, and it's like you've hardly changed. I can say the same. You've hardly changed much either, Stroll. That's Lord or General Stroll, your majesty. I'll never get used to these such titles. I really should take a page from Juna's book. She has the gift of delegating, but she was born to do so. Not that I can talk, I'd rather came out for a bit of a breather myself.
Even so.
You know, I see now that even though at the top have the struggles a little too clearly, a general's duties feels overwhelming at times, but there are lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives.
Hey.
Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, you a struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intention, and certainly couldn't have saved the house.
Thank you.
I was seeing the joy of their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. Hey, give yourself some credit, man.
No.
I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you.
Hey.
You have a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we cannot possibly foresee. But show me the way. I'll blaze the trail, now and always, and it is my role as a warrior.
That's why.
Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always.
Say that.
All right. With that, I think that's everyone.
Wonderful.
And last but not least,
So?
we've heard from all the people we can from the people. Should we head? Yep, let's go see her.
That reminds me.
Being here sure brings back memories. Remember how we came here for the Maria before the tournament of the throne? She was crying back then. Though. She's happy now. He's different now, though. You can say that again. It's because she turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinions, but now their ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're the one putting it to ink, that means you're gonna make it reality someday. Now then, Mirai, shall we get going? Is this one gonna be voiced at least? My voice is getting rasped.
Oh, hello there.
Thank God.
Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids with like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of his mantle will fall on their shoulders one day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
Place where I ought to be, a side of myself ought to show. Path is never clear.
I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
You make a trusty
Yes.
advisor.
I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Hey guys.
Everyone.
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there.
Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Yeah, we did.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
No, no, yes.
Lady Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
Yep.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right. The capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Damn it!
Might have been a bit too obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Hulkenberg!
Young Hulkenberg, calm. You needn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
Hulkenberg, the #1 glazer.
There's more work to do every day, but we're in this together.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Life is full of surprises.
Technically, we fought 5. We fought the one, Rella's one, the one at each of the trial spires, and technically that one in the Dragon Temple. Oh wait, no, then 6. We fought Et. We fought 7 actually. We fought the one at the start where you guys weren't even here for. That one just ran away though. We fought the 3 at the Spire Towers, so that's 4. So 3 at the trials, Rella's dragon, your dragon Et, and 6 if we count the being that had become a dragon. Right. That was our shadow. I was all to believe in my ideals no matter what come back then. Even if the world is slow to change, the king's belief can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Hell yeah.
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
Hey, there's a Mystarian here. Really starting to, you know, push for change.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
Oh wow, this episode's still going. Holy shit, dude. Ooh.
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
I want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Is that a joke?
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Yep.
Right.
Even the most faraway future begin with the beliefs that can be realized. So I'll press onward. That's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to go along.
Is that what you're
I'm the
pushing
only
for?
driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King. Bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Can I at least take Heisman with me too?
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
Are you sure about this?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, the people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and allies believe in as I do. The support's the greatest treasure I could have.
Still, this early into the new year, 'tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
Yeah, but can you put the beret back on?
We'll
You
make
were
it
rocking
work.
that beret.
Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Yeah, but like, can you get your coat
Right
back?
then.
And can
Let's
she get
go.
back her beret? Because, those things were fire.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation? That timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope.
Oh, it's fourth wall breaking.
And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
No problem, Moore. No problem at all, my man.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
Ice Bay!
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind.
Judah!
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Wow!
Yo, we're taking it real! Let's go! Please be careful.
Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
So the royal magic was literally seeking me, the player character, to guide the his son. Cheating bastard. Alright. And there we go. That is Metaphor. I gotta say, I quite liked it. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the end there, it kind of felt like they were running low on time and budget, and kind of, it feels like this game should have had like one more month, you know? It feels like it got cut short on October? I don't know. Overall though, I had to admit, I liked it. Also, Shoji Meguro, still putting in absolute banger work when it comes to music. It's... Mind you, I still prefer the Persona music, but this wasn't bad. I do hope this becomes a continuing franchise, and I would like to see them like iterate and improve on pieces and builds and concepts of this game. But overall, I had a great time. No lie. When they eventually do make Persona 6, I'm honestly gonna think back to like this a lot and be like, do I want the Persona thing again, or maybe do I want the job system? Because this was a pretty fun job system. Also, Heisman was broken. Either way, this episode's already gone on enough, so I want everyone out there to have a good morning, evening, day, or night, wherever you're at. But for right now, I am out. Later.